taking, just a 5-6 minute break. Whew.
Hi Lloyd, me again. I went the wrong way. This one is called Locust Lane. Good morning, everybody. I said good morning, everybody. Jasper here. Welcome to day 3. Day 3 of our northbound through hike attempt of the Bruce Trail. Wow. What a beautiful morning. We just got on trail now. I stayed in camp a little longer this morning, so I hit the trail at exactly 6:55. Rain last night, quite a bit of rain. But beautiful sunshine this morning. I'll take that all day. Yes, sir. Today's plan is around 25 kilometers. That's primarily why I stayed in camp a little later this morning, had a little longer rest, and took my time over breakfast. "25 kilometers will put me about, if my calculations are correct, I do need to verify them, which I will do later, but I believe 25 kilometers will put me within 10 kilometers of Grimsby. So tomorrow morning, wake up bright and early, hike the 10 kilometers into Grimsby for my resupply, and there's a restaurant, a family type diner restaurant that does a wonderful breakfast. I'll be able to get one of those for my second breakfast tomorrow. And then at that restaurant also, maybe charge. These rocks are very slippery this morning because it has been raining and everything's slippy. Oh, anyhow, put a little bit of power into my battery pack again at the restaurant probably, and then continue out of Grimsby up the famous Grimsby Mountain and northbound. Yeah, so that's the plan for today and tomorrow. Today again, the 25 kilometers. Tomorrow morning, the 10 kilometers into Grimsby, resupply breakfast, and head on out northbound. See how far we get for the rest of that particular day tomorrow. But yeah, so that is the plan. This morning, in about 10 kilometers from where we are, we will pass Balls Falls. So I know that's a water source. We'll have to see if there may possibly be other water sources past there. Otherwise, I would be carrying camp water for at least 15 kilometers. Not my favorite thing to do. A little muddier this morning. It was quite heavy rain last night. It was on and off. It stopped and started, but man, it was doing that for a long time, or a long part of the night. A lot of water came down. Okay. Again, welcome to my day. Welcome to your day too. And welcome to day 3. Let's go to work this morning. Beautiful waterfall through the trees. Oh, lots, excuse me, lots of water, that's for sure. Wow, that looks beautiful. There's a plaque to my left. I'm sure that will identify the place.
let's just take a moment, take a peek. So, oh yeah, isn't that beautiful? Oh, it is beautiful. Wow. Let's see if this plaque over here does indeed identify. Well, it talks about Lloyd Oliver. Well, this plaque honors Lloyd's countless hours supporting the Bruce Trail. This location near the falls is one of Lloyd's favorite places here by his family to celebrate Lloyd's 80th birthday, November the 15th, 2002. Wow, Lloyd. So that's going to be your 80th birthday, 2002. It means, wow, you are 104 years old. No, sorry, what would that be? 102? 104 years old right now. Awesome. Okay. Well, that's pretty. Let's keep going. Hi, Lloyd. Me again. I went the wrong way. It won't be the first time, and it won't be the last. Our first good look at the rapids and the rapid river running from Falls just a little further ahead. Wow. Reminds me of Colorado. Oh yeah. A whole wheat bagel, bacon, jerky, those packages, a sweet and salty granola bar, and a coffee. That was lunch today. Here we are taking a break. We're at the top. Here's the sign. It says, can you read it? It says Bruce Trail and 20 Valley Trail via the Bruce Trail. Below me is Creek 20 and of course the Falls. We just filtered water
I filtered 2.5 liters. So I filled up, because I was empty on my electrolyte drinking water, so I filled up 600 ml there. And I also filtered 2 liters of water, and part of that, maybe half of a liter, I just used over my second breakfast / lunch. It's about 11:30 right now. Over on the grass, if you can see it on the grass, where is it? Let's say it's really small to see, but somewhere about right there on the grass in the sunshine is my tent. No, I'm not camping here, although I have. Way over there, I camped. I think I've camped there twice now on through hikes coming through. But this time, no, it's not the right time of day. But with the rain last night, I wanted to dry out my tent. I try to keep my tent dry. You have to pack it up wet sometimes, and last night it rained, you know, and you're not going to sit at camp till noon or whatever till the tent dries out. So you pack up and you get hiking. But later on, when you take a break, you find a nice spot like this. It's sunny, it's windy, it's nice. You know you can dry your things. When you're taking your break, I lay my tent out, I let it dry and air right out, then I pack it up, so at least it's a nice dry tent. The tent knows it's going to get packed wet sometimes, but you try to keep it to a minimum to look after your gear. Speaking of gear, and speaking of tents, we'd mentioned the other day that we'd talk a little bit about gear, and we might as well start today, being day 3. So today, let's just mention the tent we're using on this particular hike. Now, I have 2 tents that I use for through hiking. One slightly heavier than the other. The heavier one is my Big Agnes Copper Spur UL2. That's the one my daughters bought me back, probably 4 or 5 years ago now. But I use that. I've used that on many trails. I used it on the Bruce Trail, the Colorado Trail, the Appalachian Trail. I don't know what else. Lots of trails. And I love that tent. And sure, it's starting to show a little bit of age and wear now. As I say, we've used it a lot. We do a lot of hiking. However, I love the tent. But I did purchase also, maybe a year and a half or so ago now, a Durston X-Mid 1. That's a single-man tent. The difference between the single and the 2-man tent, I miss greatly the space. However, the Durston is a pound lighter. It's a trekking pole tent, so you don't carry poles for the tent. It's a great design, huge vestibules, very comfortable, and it stands up very well. Like again, last night's rain was pretty heavy, and it was all night, and I never bothered me inside my tent. So your tent is your sanctuary to a through hiker, so you've got to pick it right. Just for a point of interest, if you're going to through hike any trail, or in all truthfulness, even if you're just going out weekend camping or Algonquin or whatever, don't buy a shitty tent. I mean, I know Canadian Tire sell tents for like, you know, whatever, 20, 30 bucks or something, but you know what, save your money. Invest your money into a decent tent. I'm not saying you have to buy, like I have my Big Agnes is a $600-700 tent. My Durston X-Mid 1 is a $600 tent. But there are other tents out there. I think in the $300 price range you can get into the MSR tents, like I think the Hubba or something like that, or I think the North-based Storm Tech, something like that one too. Spend a little bit more and get a good tent. Don't get a shitty one, because believe me, the first time you're caught in bad weather, you're gonna regret it. Anyhow, that is my tech tip or gear review, or not a gear review. It's what I am using on this hike, my Durston X-Mid 1 tent. Okay, by the way, Dan Durston is a Canadian. He lives in BC. He's hiked the PCT, Pacific Crest Trail, through hiked that, and other trails. Is an experienced through hiker. He created and designed the tent. He's got different designs now. He has, mine is what they call a sil poly, which is a silicone impregnated polyurethane. Whereas my Big Agnes Copper Spur UL2 is a sil nylon, which is a silicone impregnated nylon. Poly is better. It doesn't sag when it rains. Nylon does. It stretches a little bit. But he also has Dyneema composite too, which is like the Z-Pax tent, the Cuban fiber, if you will. Anyhow, that's it. That's my gear for today. Tomorrow, I have no idea. Let's talk about shoes or cooking systems or sleep pads, sleeping bags, or backpacks maybe. Let's wait till tomorrow and see. You know what? My break's over. I better get moving my fat lazy ass off this page. We'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye. Now I think right here is actually the best view we're going to get of the falls. But they're tall, very, very tall falls. Probably my favorite on the whole Bruce Trail. English Falls up in Owen Sound is awesome too, but there's something about the Balls Falls that I just like. I love that whole kind of environment, the village that I just walked through. I didn't film because I filmed many times before through there on many of my videos, but I just like the historic kind of encampment, if you will, and the history behind the Balls family. Anyhow, having said that, guys, why don't we just keep moving on? I think we've got around another 14 or so kilometers to do to make our 25 for today. Again, that puts us in good stead and a good location to be for entering Grimsby tomorrow morning. Okay, let's keep going. There's a property coming up here, 5th Avenue, and it's amazed me how this particular person, this family, this man, this lady, this couple, this family managed to situate themselves so wonderfully in an absolutely beautiful little spot. I hope the audio's okay, because it's really quite windy out. But this guy is a gardener slash, I guess, farmer type person. Grows his own crops and stuff right here in his allotments, his gardens. He also grows beautiful flowers. But this property has always just amazed me, that he just happened to do it in the right place or the right time to be, in all truthfulness, a piece of heaven. There's his house. It's very Tudorish, I guess. Big house, actually. Very big house through there. Wow. But anyhow, what a great location. Got a camper under his top for his pickup truck. Got a lot of prepared wood for the fire. Look, just beautiful gardens. Absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Right here, well, that is my dinner seat and table for dinner. I just had, what did I just have? Well, my staple, ramen noodles, instant potatoes, and one of my chicken pouches, which again, you can only get in the States. It's 4 ounces of white chicken breast and It's in a sealed, like cryovac sealed pouch from Sunkist. Needs no refrigeration. It's basically that and Spam are basically, and tuna of course, which I don't like, is basically the food staple of all through hikers. So, hey, I had that with my Ovaltine and a Kit Kat bar and one of my cheesy cracker snack packs. My camp for the night. Right in there. Nestled next to beautiful, beautiful tall trees. Sheltered. It's actually quite windy. If I kind of push you up the side of the hill, you can see we're sheltered from that wind on both sides. You see that? But there is a price to pay for that, and the price to pay for being sheltered from the wind, because it is quite windy out, there are some bugs about. Oh yeah. So a little spray, cover up, life is okay. Today, 24.9 kilometers, so that gives me a total of around 70.4, I think it is. We'll call it 70.5 kilometers so far on trail, and that's fine. Tomorrow, from here, I have 10.9 kilometers into Grimsby and my first resupply on trail, and that will be the morning of day 4. It'll be an early start, hoping to be there 10.4 miles, maybe 9:30ish or something like that. Depends on the trail, but again, I'm not pushing it. So let's say between 9 and 10 tomorrow morning, I should be able to hit the diner for breakfast, the resupply, and be out of Grimsby and climbing the grueling Grimsby Mountain, oh yeah, by about, noonish. And then again, continuing my push north. The next resupply, so I won't need a lot tomorrow, because the next resupply is water down, and the trail goes behind a Walmart there. So you just kind of cut across the quarry bit, and you're at the Walmart and anything else that you actually need. So there I'll be able to probably also put in some battery power tomorrow morning, and maybe some in Waterdown. Waterdown is only 65 kilometers from Grimsby. So you don't need a big resupply. A few bars, maybe a pack of cookies, one of those little cans of ham, and probably 3 or 4 packs of ramen noodles, a couple of other little things, and I will be good to go. A few bars, maybe a couple of bars. I'll get some fresh fruit tomorrow, but I'll eat that mainly in town, only because it's so heavy. But maybe I can get a fruit bowl also at the diner. We'll see. The plans, the options, the possibilities are endless. Day number 3 comes to an end pretty much right now. We'll see you guys later. Good night.